Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Say, gang, the other day an Army pilot I know was over at my house looking at some Pep model planes I had. And you know, he made a very interesting remark. He said that these Pep planes were some of the best models he'd ever seen for identification work. And he thought that all of you ought to be able to learn a lot from them. And I'll bet you have, too, if you've been making that super delicious cereal, Kellogg's Pep, your own special breakfast. Because right inside every single Pep package, there's a colored cardboard plane model all ready for you to put together. And you don't have to send in a single penny for it, not even a box top. What's more, there are 14 different models you can get all together. And on the back of each model, there's a list of valuable pointers on how to spot that particular plane, as well as a general description of it. So, gang, if you haven't yet started your collection of these nifty plane models, get busy right away. Be sure your mother gets you a package of those golden, delicious whole wheat flakes tomorrow. See which model plane you find inside. And remember the name, Pep, P-E-P. Pep is made by Kellogg's in Battle Creek.
And now, Superman, champion of the weak and the oppressed, mighty fighter for the cause of truth and justice, who has appeared on Earth from the planet Krypton with an amazing strength and a physical structure never before realized. Goes about in the world of human beings and mingles with men as young Clark Kent, news reporter. When we last saw Superman, he had just driven back a mass of rioting convicts at the Western Penitentiary of San Miguel, using a 20-foot timber as a weapon. For a moment, the situation is saved, but only for a moment. The Wolf and Kino are still barricaded in the dining hall with a few desperate convicts. As our story continues today, Superman has leaped into a cloud of tear gas and vanished. But already word of his unbelievable performance has reached the office of the warden and has also reached into the dining hall, the hiding place of Kino and the Wolf. Listen.
Hey, boss, where are you?
Here, Kino. What's the matter? Close the door.
Listen, I just heard from one of the guys that tried to rush the gates. They couldn't do it.
Why not?
They were stopped, forced back into the cell block.
What stopped them?
Not what, who. Hey, boss, there was a guy in a red cloak that jumped over the wall, right out of a cloud of gas.
What? A man in a red cloak?
Boss, it's the same one, the one that stopped us from wrecking the Silver Clipper and broke up our car and turned us over to the cops. He's here at San Miguel.
No, it's not possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something else, too. That reporter's here, that Clark Kent.
Clark Kent?
Yeah, I seen him myself, running around a corner to the warden's office.
So Kent's here, too, huh? We owe that smart young man something, Kino, and I think this is the time to pay him.
You and me both, boss.
Kent doesn't know it yet, but the minute he makes a move or gets in our way, well...
I get you. Say, how you gonna wake it?
Look, Kino, it's almost time. That gas is like a smokescreen over the yard.
So what?
Just this. When I give the signal, you and I and a few of the boys will dash across the yard to the steam plant.
Hey, boss, suppose they shoot at us from the towers.
Don't worry, they won't. In the first place, the warden doesn't want bloodshed. He's soft. You know that. He'll do his best to break the riot with tear gas.
He'll tell him to shoot if we make a break.
When we're ready to break out, Kino, they won't even see us. And they won't shoot when we rush for the steam plant. I've got a little trump card, Kino. A little surprise for the warden and Mr. Clark Kent. Help me fix this broken telephone wire, Kino. Open that box. If I can get the phone to work, I've got a little message for the warden. Now find that loose end.
And meanwhile, Superman, having forced the rioting convicts back into the cell block, unaware that the Wolf and Kino are barricaded in the dining hall, enters the warden's office as Clark Kent.
Who are you?
Is this Warden Bowman?
Yes?
I'm Clark Kent of the Daily Planet.
Warden speaking.
Warden, I'm calling from the dining hall.
What? Who is this?
Never mind, you don't need to know. But you should know this. Miss Lois Lane is right here with us.
You've got Lois Lane?
Quite so, Warden. At the moment, she's safe. But she won't be safe long unless you do as you're told.
Man, think what you're doing.
Oh, I've thought, Warden. I've had weeks and taken months to think. When we leave this place, the girl is going with us. If there's any shooting, she'll be the first one to stop a bullet.
Wait, you can't.
Remember what I say, Warden. And if there's a reporter named Clark Kent in your office, tell him to remember, too. Tell him to remember the Silver Clipper.
Wait, come back here.
Warden, the Silver Clipper. The man who spoke to you was the Wolf.
How did you hear that? How did you know who he was?
Never mind. If he's got Lois Lane, there isn't a second to waste. I'll be back later, Warden.
Hey, stop that man. Kent, where are you going?
Just wait and see. I'm going to rush the dining hall. Have your guards ready when the mob comes out. So long.
Once outside the warden's office, hidden by the heavy clouds of rolling gas, Clark Kent in a split second becomes Superman, Man of Steel, and streaks for the roof of the dining hall.
Those devils. If they've really got Lois, I'll give them something they'll never forget. There's the dining hall. Look at those guards trying to force their way in with tear gas. They'll never make it. Watch how long it takes Superman. Down, down. Now then, won't take me long to get in there. I'll rip through this roof in no time.
With hardly an effort, Superman bends to the roof, seizes sheets of metal in his bare hands, strips them off like paper, crashes through planks and beams, and leaps into the dining hall.
Hey, what's that? That guy in the red cape. I seen him at the gate. It's the same one. Run, beat it.
All over, boys. The riot stops right here. Now open those doors and march out in the yard with your hands up. Go on, move.
Who is this guy? Run!
Quick! Keep moving. Out there and turn yourselves over to the guards. And if I were you, I'd have my hands up. Faster, boys, faster. And Keno. Didn't see them anywhere. Must be hiding in the cellar with Lois. But they won't hide long. Lois! Lois Lane, where are you? All right, if I've got to rip this place apart, I'll do it. But you'd better not be there when I find you, Wolf. Here I come.
But the Wolf is not to be found. Under cover of Superman's attack on the dining hall, he and Keno, carrying Lois between them, have slipped out a side door into clouds of smoke and made their way to the steam plant close against the prison's outer wall. There, with a small band of helpers...
Boss, what do we do with the girl?
You beast! Let me go!
Throw her in the corner, Keno. No, don't untie her hands.
What are you going to do?
Keep you with us, Miss Lane, as an antidote for Mr. Clark Kent.
Clark Kent?
Quite so. If Kent bothers us this time, I'm sorry, but it won't be too healthy for you.
Kent? But he isn't anywhere near here.
Oh, pardon me, but he is. Right up there in the warden's office, Miss Lane.
Kent! Kent!
Stop it, Keno, stop it.
She'll be all right. But you better hurry, boss. They know we're here and they're getting ready to rush us.
All right, get the cover off the steam tunnel. How are you coming down there?
Okay, be all ready in a minute. Hold them off. Boss, they're getting closer.
You over there. Have you got the steam lines rigged?
All ready. They rush us now. We'll draw them in steam.
Here they come.
All right, turn on the steam. Point the nozzles down the yard. Let them have it.
While half of the Wolf's men work frantically to open the tunnel beneath the steam plant leading to escape, the others fight off prison guards with live steam from the boilers. And meanwhile, not having found either the Wolf or Lois in the cellar of the dining hall, Superman streaks back to the office of the warden as Clark Kent.
We're rounding them up now, sir. Came pouring onto that dining hall as if the devil was after them.
Half of them said the devil was after them. They yelled about a guy in a red cape. Said he came right through the roof.
What about the ones in the steam plant?
We'll get them, Warden.
Warden, any news of Lois Lane?
Kent, where have you been?
Down in the yard, around the dining hall. But I haven't seen a sign of Lois. Warden, what do you think?
Kent, I don't know.
Warden, sir. They've turned live steam into the hose lines. Look, they're fighting off the guards.
The fools! What do they think they can gain by that? They can't get anywhere from the steam plant.
Warden, sir, I saw them. They ran across from the dining hall. They had the girl with them, Warden. They've got the girl in there in the steam plant.
Hey, where are you going, Kent?
Hey, call that reporter back. Stop him. Catch him. Kent!
A race against time. Lois in the power of the wolf. Kent dashes into the yard, heedless of the warning cries of the guards, plunges into a cloud of steam, and at once becomes Superman.
Oh, no, I won't. I'll have them out of there in no time. Steam can't hurt me. Go on, boys. Turn it on full. And watch out for yourselves, because here I come, right through that door. Now then. What? Where are they? Oh, they fastened those hose lines to the window. Lois! Miss Lane! Lois, where are you?
No! Please!
There she is. Faded, too. Gotta get her out of here. Turn off that steam, quick. When she comes around, she'll just see Clark Kent. And so will all the rest.
Oh. The tunnel. Down that tunnel.
Hey, this way! Miss Lane says they got away down the tunnel.
No, they didn't.
Hurry up!
We got him on the other side. Miss Lane, are you all right?
Yeah. I'm all right.
Well, I reckon you can thank your friend Clark Kent for that.
Kent? I didn't see you. How did you get here?
Oh, gee, Miss Lane, never mind that now. Point is, I did get here, and just in time.
Was it you that got me out? I thought I saw a tremendous figure in a red cape.
Oh, gosh, I sure hate to disappoint you, Miss Lane. I guess you figured I was Superman.
Oh, no. Don't worry, Clark Kent. Why did you stop to look after me? If you'd been on your job, you'd have gone after those convicts down the tunnel. Oh, no. You'll never be confused with Superman.
Oh, look. Here comes the warden. Warden, is everything all right?
Hey, listen. We got them all but two.
All but two?
Yes, two of those guys got away, broke through the tunnel, and got loose.
Warden, which ones? Quick! Which ones?
That fellow named Keno and the one they call the Wolf. Keno and the Wolf have escaped.
Lois Lane is safe and unharmed, but the Wolf and Keno have made good their escape, aided by the power of the Yellow Mask. And unknown to Clark Kent, a strange and terrible adventure lies directly ahead.
Don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode. Tune in, same time, same station, and follow the adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman, brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the makers of that super delicious cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC publications. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System. Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
And now, Superman. Faster than an airplane, stronger than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Champion of the weak and the oppressed. Tireless fighter for truth and justice. Superman has appeared on Earth and mingles with men as young Clark Kent, news reporter for the Daily Planet. When we last saw him, Superman had just rescued Lois Lane from a gang of convicts at San Miguel prison, only to learn at the last minute that the two leaders of the riot, Keno and the Wolf, have made good their escape in the confusion. Alarms ring and sirens wail, but the two fugitives are nowhere to be seen. Kent and Lois return home, bringing their story of the riot. And by a curious coincidence, the Wolf and Keno arrive in the same city at about the same time. Following instructions, they make their way to the underground hideout of the Yellow Mask. Listen.
Now listen, boys. You sure you know where you're going?
Certainly, Kino. Although why we were told to take this roundabout way, I'm sure I can't tell you.
Leave that to the mask, boss. He knows what he's doing.
Indeed, Kino. Then perhaps you can explain why he left us so long in that confounded jail.
Now, he knows what he's doing,
He
boss.
should never have let us go to jail at all.
Well, how could he help it? That guy Kent, the reporter.
It's his business to help it. Kino, he made fools of us. Complete, trusting fools.
Better not let him hear you say that, boss.
He'll hear me say more than that when I find him. Stop where you are. We've arrived.
Well, I don't see nothing. This is just a blank wall.
Watch, Kino. There. Keep looking, Kino. Look right at the wall.
Gee, it's a door. Open up right in the rock.
Inside, quick. And just in time, too. There's a police car not far off.
Hey, you think they're looking for us?
Possibly, but they'll never find us. Stand back, Kino, while the door closes.
Hey, it's pitch black. I can't see where I am.
It's a passage. Just walk straight ahead.
Is this where we'll find the mask?
I hope so, Kino. And when I do find him, there'll be a settlement which is quite a bit overdue.
Hey, boss, now think what you say.
Kino, I've made up my mind. The mask has run things far too long. It's my turn now.
Now, you can't say that.
But I do say it. Why should I take second place? I'll run things myself. From now on, there's not room for both of us.
As to that, my friend, I entirely agree with you.
It's him. The mask.
Turn on the lights. In the house of the mask, my friend, be careful what you say.
Very well, Mask, you heard me. It's either you or I. And since I happen to have a pistol here in my pocket...
So, you brought a pistol, Wolf. This is the last time you'll stand in the way of high voltage. That finishes the Wolf. Kino, I think I heard you use the term boss. You will remember after this to whom it applies.
Yeah, sure. Well, whatever you say. What did you want to see us about?
Plans, Kino. Great plans, in which you should have a share. Plans that concern millions of dollars and thousands of lives. Stand quietly where you are, Kino, and listen.
And almost at the same time that the Yellow Mask tells Kino of his plans, Editor Perry White of the Daily Planet speaks to Clark Kent and Lois Lane of a new assignment.
Hello there, Lois. Come in, close the door.
Did you want to see both of us, Mr. White?
I certainly did. You made out so well on that prison break that I'm going to send you and Kent out again.
Oh, gee, that's great, Mr. White.
I'm sure Mr. Kent could cover it much better alone.
Well, you're going along, Lois, so sit down and listen. Have either of you heard what's going on in Dryerville?
I haven't heard a thing about anything.
I have, Chief.
Oh, the human encyclopedia. He knows about everything.
You know where Dryerville is, Lois?
Only more or less, Mr. White.
Well, it's up in the hills. Flourishing little city of about 30,000. And since about 2 weeks ago, they've been calling it the Jinx Town.
The Jinx Town?
All those accidents. Is that why, Mr. White?
Well, first they thought it was funny, and then it got serious. Now they don't know what to think.
Why, what happened?
Curious, unbelievable accidents, Lois. Nothing very striking at first, just all the radio sets went out of whack.
All at once?
All at once. And then the telephone.
Say, that might have been serious.
It was, Kent. Then 2 days ago, although there hadn't been any rains, the town was flooded.
Flooded?
3 feet deep in water. Without any warning at all, the Jefferson River went over its banks and mighty near drowned them all out.
Mr. White, anything else?
That was 2 days ago, Kent. Yesterday, all the electric power in the city went off. And today, they were rocked by a series of earthquakes.
Earthquakes?
What, in this section of the country?
Well, heavy explosions far underground, and they don't know what to make of it. People are excited, naturally, and now they're just a little bit afraid.
Oh, do you blame them?
Well, asking themselves what's behind all this and what's coming next.
And that's where you're sending me and Kent, Mr. White.
If you're sure you don't mind, Lois.
Well, I'd feel safer with a more adequate escort.
Oh, gosh, Miss Lane, I'll do the best I can to keep you out of trouble.
Thank you, Mr. Kent. I'm usually able to do that much for myself. When do we leave, Mr. White?
As soon as you can. Get an advance from the cashier and hire a car.
A car?
What's the matter with the train?
I don't know. I just have a feeling.
Mr. White, what do you mean?
There's something back of this, Lois. I don't understand it. All these things aren't accidents.
Mr. White, you think they're intended?
I don't know, Kent. But if they are, well, I'd rather have you in a car than on a train heading into Dryerville. Come along. I'll see you as far as the cashier.
Yes, this is the Yellow Mask. This is A-15 reporting from the Daily Planet office. Go on, A-15. Reporter Clark Kent and the feature writer Lois Lane will arrive in Dyerville by automobile this evening. Is that all? That is all.
Well, are you sure you know which way you're going, Mr. Kent?
Look, Lois, couldn't you call me Clark?
Sorry, for some reason I seem to prefer Mr. Kent, and I also prefer Miss Lane.
All right, Miss Lane.
As I was saying, are you sure you're on the right road?
Positive. There was a route sign back away to Dyerville.
Then aren't we almost there? What time is it?
Too dark to see. Mind turning on the dome light? Thanks. It's 11:30.
Look out, there's a car coming.
Oh, I see it.
Look out, he's coming straight at us. Mr. Kent!
The idiot, he almost put us in the ditch. Driving like a maniac, too. What's the matter?
Nothing, Mr. Kent. Was there anything strange about that car?
Strange? How do you mean?
I thought... Well, of course I didn't get a very good look at it, but I thought I'd seen it before.
Not me.
I thought it passed us a while ago, going the other way.
What would he be doing that for? Oh, look here, Lois. I mean, Miss Lane. You're tired and upset.
Oh, no, I'm not.
No, I say you are. Now think about something else. How about switching on the radio, huh?
Thanks, I'd rather not.
Oh, come on. At least we'll get the late news.
Must you hear the news?
Why not? Give it a chance to warm up first. Look, Miss Lane, they're ahead. See those lights? That's Dyerville.
Down there, over the river?
Uh-huh, that's the Jefferson. We cross the toll bridge, and then we're in Dyerville. Nothing doing on the radio?
I really don't know. Maybe it's broken.
Huh, lights up all right.
Look out. There's a car coming up behind us.
Yeah, and coming fast, too.
Mr. Kent, be careful. He's not turning out. Look out!
Crazy idiot.
Mr. Kent, it was the same car.
You're right. Wait till I get his number. Hang on.
Oh. What's that?
The radio. I'm going to catch that fellow if it's the last thing I do.
Go back, Mr. Kent. What? Go back. Go back. Go back.
Mr. Kent, that voice. Where does it come from?
The radio. That's not possible. Someone called me by name.
Go back, Mr. Kent. Go back. Go back. Go back.
That car. That's where it comes from. There's a radio transmitter in that car. Now I've got to catch him.
Look out. Right ahead. There's the bridge.
No bridge or no bridge, I'm going to catch that car. Hang on, Lois.
It's gone, Mr. Kent. There's not a sign of it.
Well, there must be. It can't have vanished.
Mr. Kent, be careful. The toll bridge. There's a man there and the bars are down. Look out. We're going right through them.
Now I've done it. You stay here in the car while I go back and pay the toll and square myself with the law.
Did you have to go so fast? Just look what you've done to the gates. Lucky if they don't take away your license.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Can't you see the lights?
I'm sorry, officer. Really,
You bet you'll be sorry. Let me see your license, young fella. This here's a toll bridge, not a speedway.
I'll pay the toll.
I hope to tell you you'll pay the toll. And you'll pay for them gates, too. And about $50 for reckless driving.
No, it wasn't reckless driving, officer. I was chasing that car ahead, and I just
What car? What car ahead? You're the only car on this bridge in the last half hour.
I tell you, there was a car. I saw it.
Keep on, and you'll see pink elephants and green elephants.
All right. How much is the toll?
Never you mind the toll. That's the least of your worries.
The bridge. It's shaking. What's the matter?
The bridge. It's another quake. Run! Run!
Got to save the bridge and save Lois. Not much time. Good thing it's dark. They couldn't see Clark Kent change into Superman. Great Scott, it's rocking like a pendulum. If I can get down underneath it, down on the piers. Quick, it's going. Matter of seconds. Down, down!
Down through the darkness, Superman plummets like an arrow, while the great structure of struts and cables sways and groans above the river, while the car containing Lois Lane slips, halts, and slips again nearer to the sudden brink that yawns suddenly where a moment before was solid pavement. Can the man of steel save the bridge of steel? Or have matters already gone beyond the power of even his incalculable strength? And whose was the voice on the radio? And what terrible fate hangs over the town of Dyerville?
Don't miss tomorrow's exciting episode. Tune in, same time, same station, and follow the adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman. Brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the makers of that super delicious cereal, Kellogg's Pep. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.